What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for checking out this video. You guys have been asking for it, and I got it. The filter that I'm using to date, I'm bringing it to you. Now, again, just a little disclaimer, if you're watching this in the future, make sure to check out my recent videos. There might be a new filter video out. I know it's been a while since I put one out for you guys, but just check that out, as this could be a little outdated, but I tried to address those concerns in this video as well to hopefully make this filter work for most of the year. So here we go. We got a few things for you. If you are new to sniping and you're just trying to figure out how to snipe, where to begin, I try to answer those questions and try to help you get started. If you have been sniping and you're like, okay, what filter do you use? What do you think is the best filter? How are you making coins by spending $0? Well, hopefully I can help you in this video as well. And if you just like watching my videos, well, you're absolutely awesome. And I hope you enjoy the video. Let's get into it. Alright, we're going to get right into my filter. Now, if you watch my previous videos, I've talked about this filter before, and I am going to make small adjustments to it. And this is the filter I use the most, and I'm also going to talk about other filters that I have found to be decently successful, and ones maybe that you guys have mentioned, or just something that I've kind of picked up on that I've used a little bit. Now, I will say also, if you do not know your prices that well, these filters, when you're looking at elites, are maybe not for you. You just need to get those prices down by just being on the auction house. That's the best advice I can give you. Or you could go to bronze and silver players. The team hero sets are great for sniping because those bronze and silver players get put up for so cheap, and you can snipe them, and some are worth like 3,000 coins, 4,000, whatever they're worth, and people will put them up for 200 coins. And that happens so often. It's very competitive, but you don't really need to know your prices to do that. So you could either easily just go like Broncos silver. I don't even know if they're worth that much. I haven't looked at the team heroes this month yet. I haven't really invested in those, but you could go and see what they're going for, and you probably can get some decent snipes by just not knowing much about the auction house. But for me, we're going to go ahead and say, okay, you got your prices down pretty well, so what filter should I use? Now, what I like to use is position by position. I've been doing this for a while, and this filter works throughout the year, but there is some adjustments that have to be made. I'm going to talk about those. The first one being quarterback is obviously not working. If you look, 34 minutes, 33 minutes, so this card has been up for 25, 26 minutes, that Drew Brees card. It's been up for 26 minutes, over 26 minutes. So to counteract that, we got to do something. If you want to stay with the quarterback, you have to do something. The best thing you could do, actually the only real thing I think you can do, is change it to a 90 to 94. And what this does, obviously it really shrinks how many cards there are. There's only about a handful of cards that fit this. But as you see, it's pretty full. There's quite a lot of cards on here, and definitely ways to snipe. So as the John Elway sells for an okay price. So there's definitely a good filter and something you could think about. And as more cards are released in, say, a few weeks, in a month, this filter will become much, much better. So this is something that will be on the rise, and you can be on the lookout for that. Unfortunately, the reason why I don't like this filter now is because I like to look at as many cards as I can and as quick as I can. The problem is that this works well for quarterback, and you can just keep refreshing, but it doesn't really work well for any other position. So if you go to running back, which I will do, running back's maybe not too bad, but as you see, there's not really a whole lot of running backs. So the odds of getting a snipe are just not that likely. So that's and then same with all the other cards. So I would say the quarterback, this is a good filter, and this will be a good filter in the future. But for now, I'm going to say you could do that. It's good, but I personally do not do it. So that's a way to counteract the issue, but I'm going to stray away from it. The same issue runs into a running back and wide receiver. I'm playing on a Friday night, kind of peak hours, so the issue I have is that new cards are not showing up. So what I am doing, hopefully I don't miss any crazy good snipe. I don't know what that D'Angelo, I'm assuming he's been up for a while. I'm just going to assume that's not a good deal. It's been a while since I've seen that card. So what I do, I go to, I don't know where I'm scrolling down, I go to Ultimate Team Base Set. This works pretty darn well. What this does, it obviously eliminates all the other the new cards that have all come out since the opening day, but you still have really good cards in here. You got nice cheap cards like Forte and Martin, and that will be up for really cheap that you can grab. But there's also a middle of the road Peterson, Gurley, and you have a Le'Veon Bell, Jamal Charles, I guess he's kind of went down a lot too. So you have running backs here that, well, Le'Veon Bell's really your big, that would be a big snipe if you got him for cheap. Besides that, nothing too crazy, but nobody really uses this filter, and so it kind of gives you an advantage to see those snipes a lot faster than other people, because people are not really even looking at these running backs anymore. So to get a snipe on these is a lot less competitive. Now that I'm saying it, obviously that makes it more competitive, but it's still going to be a pretty good filter as the year goes on, and you may have to adjust it a little bit, maybe go elite, maybe look at 85 to 89, and then also you could look 90 94. But for now, again, this is okay, but I, again, will stay away from running back and wide receiver, and the reason being because you got to do other things to make this work. You got to switch other things, and it just works for that position. Same with wide receiver. So what I do is I go to positions where this still does work. Tight end is a really good one where it still works. I don't know what that Kelsey is worth. See, now I don't know my prices, and it's going to come back to bite me. That looks like a really good price, and I'm going to go ahead and buy it. I don't know. I hope that was a good price right on the spot, Kelsey, and we're going to go ahead and pick him up, and we'll sell him in a minute here. So we got Kelsey for 63. I think that was a pretty good price. Harrison Smith sold. We actually have a lot more coins than we actually show there. I'm pretty sure this Kelsey will sell overnight. I think we can make a really nice fortune off that Kelsey. So we'll go ahead and tag that as a snipe. Thank you very much. And we're going to go ahead and keep going. Now, the offensive line as well. There's not a whole lot, as you see. Offensive line, left tackle is actually pretty good. Left guard, left center, right guard. There's not a whole lot at this position, but I kind of like these. I don't know if it's just not very competitive. And again, now that I'm saying it, maybe it will be more competitive. But these are really, really good places to start sniping. And if you don't have as many coins, offensive line, I don't like when it does that. Offensive line is a really good spot to just make 3, 4, 5,000 coins pretty quickly. So I really like the offensive line. And then also the defensive line as well. Defensive line works really well still. Still really good sniping capabilities on the defensive line. Left end, right end, defensive tackle. Those all work really well. Nobody's going to pay that much for J.J. Watt. Sorry, J.J. So I don't know. I don't know why people do that. All right, we go ahead and no defensive tackle. And then the linebacker core. The left outside linebacker, oh, come on. The left outside linebacker is a good one still. That works out well. Obviously, we don't see anything there. And middle linebacker. And as you got to know your prices, and I still need to work on mine. This is on all prices. Things go down. It's really hard to know exactly where the prices are at all times if you're not on all the time. Oh yeah, I should mention there's corner. Right outside linebacker at times is not a good. I think it's okay now because of all the right outside linebackers that have been released. Right now it does work. As you see, 59 minutes, new cards are being put up. You see them. So right outside linebacker works, but you got to be on lookout for those positions that just you're not seeing the newest cards. Is that Glover? No. Okay. I see the other one. That's not a good deal. Probably that Harrison Smith I could buy, but I'm going to go ahead and just move on. Strong safety as well. So that works well. So the positions that don't particularly work are really quarterback, running back, and wide receiver because there's just so many of them. And right outside linebacker and corner also occasionally don't work. But all the other ones work. And I personally like the filter right now. Now, when the year goes on, you're going to have to change this, and it will not be probably too far in the future. This is going to probably need to be changed to 90 to 94. As you see, there's not a whole lot that fit that criteria right now, but as the year goes on, you may want to start thinking about how am I going to change my filter. This is one thing that you could do to really help, and that will get you the high level snipes as well. So that's one way to do that. Now, I think that's great. That's my method. I like that method. That's my go-to most of the time. But there is other things that I like to do. One is that I haven't done in a while, but it works well because there's a lot more elites. You can definitely go team by team. Team by team is pretty effective. I actually don't know all these prices. I don't look at all these positions, so I do not know. That AJ Green for $35,000 looks crazy cheap, but as you see, AJ Green has fallen so stinking much. I didn't even realize that because I haven't even looked at wide receivers for a while. So you could do. Look, as you see, the filters are pretty much full for these positions. So Reggie Bush has fallen. So many cards have fallen. It's so hard to keep up. I know. I struggle as well. Broncos, as you see, the filter's pretty good. So if you just maybe find a few teams, and if you're new to sniping, this may not be a bad idea to focus on just a few teams. Maybe focus on the Broncos and the Bengals, or the Broncos and Cardinals and Chargers. Maybe 3 teams. I don't think the Chargers are very good because I don't think there's a whole lot of elites. Yeah, Chargers are not very good. There's not really a whole lot of elites on the Chargers, but maybe just pick a few teams and just try to get those prices down. Just go back and forth between 2 teams. So Larry Fitzgerald at 13, that looks really cheap, and I'm going to say that is. I'm going to go ahead and buy it. And I'm going to go and put that up. It looks like I could probably sell it for 18, 19,000. I'll put that up when I look. But that's a pretty good snipe there. I like that. So Larry Fitzgerald for 13, we'll take that. We could honestly probably buy that one too, but we're just going to hold off for that. So team by team is great, especially for new snipers or trying to get into it. Team by team is great. One that I really am particularly becoming fond of is switching this program to Legends, because the more and more Legends that come out, the better this filter will be. Is this filter pretty much full? No, it's not. We're getting the new ones. All right, so this filter will get better and better as the year goes on. But there is one change that I would do if I were you, and what I do. Instead of doing just all players, I like to switch between all defense and all offense. As you see, if you do all defense right now, it's not that full, which it will be obviously when new Legends come out. And for whatever reason, this filter kind of, sometimes there's not as much and sometimes there's a lot more. It just goes up and down, but you're getting all the newest cards put up. So if you see, a lot of times those really great snipes are the ones that people put up for 24 hours. You're not going to see those if you do all players, because it only shows the most recent 100, and those cards just don't show up. And then I do the same thing all offense. So basically what I like to do is go back and forth, all offense, all defense, all offense, all defense. And this will probably, as you see, there's still a lot of room to grow here, especially on the defensive side. So I would not worry about this filter not being that good right now. These filters are going to get better in the future. And like I said before, when filters start to maybe change a little bit and you're not really feeling comfortable with it, there is adjustments that you can make to be more successful. Namely, quality. Think about 90 to 94. When this gets closer to, so 9094, curse just got put up. So if we just do 9094, I don't know if that will work. Whoops, I didn't mean to do ultimate team base set. There's not a whole lot of 9094s there. If you just do no program, do we have, how many 9094s? Yeah, so that's not too bad. Just doing 9094 on the whole, all the players. So if you don't even want to do Legends, if you just want to stick to all offense and all defense, as you see, look at that filter. It's completely full, getting a pretty nice range of players. You definitely can maybe hit a snipe, but it is important to know, if you look at my coin total, I'm not comfortable with how many coins I have. If there's a really good deal on maybe a dual chemistry card that's worth 400, 500K, I may not be able to afford it. So I'm not comfortable with that. I do have a lot of stuff on auction that will make my coin total skyrocket here shortly. But when all that stuff sells, that Marvin Harrison, is that a good deal? I don't know. I don't think so. 30. Actually, that might be an okay deal. That one's been up for a while. We're not going to worry about it for now. I don't want to be completely out of coins. I got some stuff I got to put up, but that's okay. So remember, 9094 is an option if you are worried that you're not getting, if there's too much stuff on the auction house. So maybe just go between all offense and all defense. Again, these are filters that I kind of go between, but my staple, when I want to just get some snipes in, I just go elite and go position by position. Now, of course, I'm playing on a Friday night when the prices are going all over the place and it's hard to keep up. So to know if one card is a good deal and one's not, it is really hard to keep up. So that's why you really need to stick to a filter. Not stick to a filter, but stick to something you know and just try to get that down. Instead of probably fluctuate between a bunch of them, unless you can be on the auction house for an extended period of time, then you can probably get these down and you can go back and forth and go mess around with it. But for most of us who can't be on the auction house all the time, like 24/7, or even 10 hours a day, 5 hours a day, even if you can be on maybe for an hour a day or maybe not even that, it's nice to have a filter that you go to and that you feel comfortable with. And this is one that I feel comfortable with, so that's what I go with. I know I'm just rambling now, but I do hope this is helpful. Now I am going to just show you why. Did anything sell? No, they're just showing me notifications I already know about. So the reason why I have no coins, again, we're past the filter now, the filter stage of the video, is because I have Matt Forte, which I'm selling. I told you I have 2 Wilsons that I bought for a little over 50K, so I'm pretty excited about making some 10K-ish on those. I got a 400 and some K card right there that is going to sell. And a Winston I got a really good snipe on if you watch my next video, and some other cards that I've got some pretty good deals on. And then this Kelsey card's worth a lot too. So I have a lot of cards that are going to go up that are going to put my coin total way back up, and my team will be a little bit different the next time you see it. If you did enjoy this video, leave a like down below. I hope you guys this was helpful, and I'm hoping that this can help you become a better sniper. If there's something that I missed, leave that in the comment section down below so others can see that. Or if you just have some suggestions or want to see talk about some other filters that I could mess around with, let me know as well, and I'll gladly make another video. I hope you guys enjoyed. That's all I got. ChewbaccaLemma